Ooh,
I think
that could be bad.
He said, "Oh, dude, yo, you're done. Let's go."
Do you remember when you hated the Marth Ditto? Do you remember when you hated the Marth Ditto? Oh,
He says he does. You're so good at it, though. Do you just like you hate it so much that you're good at it? Oh shit.
Well, because the Marth Ditto really, a lot of the times it's just dumb. It's like, did I space my tipper right?
Well, it's like this is the ultimate test of are you good at Smash? Because it's like these two characters are pure fundamentals, and the thing is they can't jank each other. Like you know how sometimes Marth like tipper phantom, like there's a bunch of nonsense that can happen with Marth and his hitboxes. None of that happens in this matchup. Like in the Ditto, it's just straight up: are you good at Smash Bros. Or are you not? Yeah, that's a legitimate strategy. Side B on the stage and counter on the stage are both really good in the Marth Ditto. The Marth Ditto also, unless you're like really getting deep into it, it's just like really straightforward. Like spacing, short hop, like it's very simple.
Exactly.
But there's like a super crazy meta, and shoutouts to the Moon, who's never gonna watch this ever. But shoutouts to the Moon anyway, because he has a great video about Marth Dittos. He's talking about all the janky, weird things you can do in the Marth Ditto that you can't normally.
But I'm thinking. It was definitely you that said it to me one time that, people talk about Melee, they talk about what is Melee in its rawest form, and, a lot of people say, like, oh, Fox knew it was fuck. But I think it was you that told me, no, raw Melee is the Marth Ditto. Melee is about spacing, it's about playing smart, it's about playing your opponent.
Spacing, movement, stage control, everything. It's everything all in one. And it's like an elevated version of that. If you're lacking in any one of those areas, you're going to get punished really hard. So, just as an example, I think that one thing that DTan really struggles with. Yeah. So one thing that there's 4 Marths in the top 4, right?
I mean, one of my favorite things to do is compare Marths.
Yeah.
So.
I've grown an appreciation for Marth.
Dude, I love Marth. I love watching Marths. I love watching like the little intricacies between different Marths because like for all the Marths we have, they're also different. Like DTan and Conman are different. Like Lee and DTan are different.
These guys are both very old school. Like DTan actually surprised me because like I expected him to be moving around all over the place, and like when I was playing against him, he was not.
No,
he was just like I'm gonna stand here. I'm gonna eat all your crap, and then I'm just gonna outplay you twice, and then I'm gonna win.
Yeah,
and I was like, damn, dude.
Super old school style. Conman's that new school PPU stuff.
And I feel like Lee is not down here on the controller. He's not hitting buttons. He's in your brain, and he's in his brain. And I feel like that could make this really difficult for DTan. See what I mean?
Yeah,
he just holds his gun. He's like, hits you twice, you're dead. Like, it's very clean, very old school, very fundamentals based. That doesn't surprise me since he's a 64 player.
No, but using what you just talked about, like, what makes Kyo so good is like he's both down here and in your head. He's so down here that down here's getting in your head. And he plays characters that like he can do that with. Yeah. Like he can be the fastest player in Colorado and play a character that has like that potential, and he can also be the smartest player in Colorado. The problem is, in my opinion, with Kyo, he's not very consistent with like both of those showing up at the same time. It's like some days you'll play him and he'll be like missing all his ledge dashes and stuff like that, but he'll still win because he's just smart. And then like other days he's just like hitting everything perfectly, and he just like throws out a bad nair and gets grabbed and dies, like so. But no surprise there that he takes game 1, since he is apparently the Marth Ditto master. I mean, he's proving it right now.
Yeah, so here we go, DTan.
Well, I mean, to be the Marth, I'd like to see him versus Conman. We probably will end up seeing it, hopefully.
So, what happened before, they actually have played before, at the last Spring Scene, which I believe was Spring Scene 7, the Springs Awakens.
Okay.
And Conman actually beat Lee at that tournament.
Oh, no, I remember that, because he texted me right after that. He was like, dude, I beat Lee. He was so excited.
And that's the thing, like, there are certain players who are just good, and like, when you beat them, it's a milestone for you. So for me, last week, that was Chrono. I was like, I 2-0'd Chrono, like, well, I did it.
I don't know if you, wait, what?
Let's go. DTan needs to find his way back into this. And those charge forward smashes are not going to do it. The look on D'Artagnan's face tells me he'd rather be playing 64.
Sorry about that. Ty just texted me and he said somebody banned him from chat. So whenever Jeremy gets back, I got to
Bloodied.
No, but you were talking about you versus Chrono. I don't know if you watched the set on that, but what I was talking about, you and Chrono are like the Axe and West balls. Because you're right there as far as like skill level goes. You're like right on the cusp of like the Kame and Kyo level.
I feel like I'm more like Axe. Where it's like I'm on the cusp of that skill level, but I play a character that limits that.
Exactly. No, that's
and he's totally West balls because he's not very smart, but he just like does things and you die.
Oh no.
Hey, D'Artagnan, do you want to go play 64? Do you want to go play 64? Yeah. Okay, good.
All right. You want to go play 64 now? I want to get.
No.